Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is another paid request, this time from Jonathan. Thank you so much for that. For those interested, requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box. I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And thank you for that, Jonathan. Been very, very kind on that and generous. So, that's why I didn't do that on purpose. As soon as I was about to say the title, and I like burped in my mouth. It made sense because this movie I thought stinks. If you like the film, that's fine. I'm not a fan of this movie. Sabotage. I like the song by the Beastie Boys, but I don't like this movie. I haven't seen this probably since either when it came out or I probably was, unless I don't remember ever seeing it afterwards. So I just remember the action being shaky, the plot not being that interesting because it's a murder mystery, but I don't care about the people being murdered. I don't find any of them likable. Arnold, I don't remember doing a bad job acting-wise, but what you find about his character, and then I just like the way it was described. I thought it was going to be much more horror thriller. I don't know what I was expecting, because it's based on 10 Little Indians, the story back to the day, Agatha Christie. In fact, originally going to be called 10 because of that. Hell, you know what? I thought Stallone did that better in ICU, aka Detox. Maybe I was thinking of, oh, this would be like Arnold's version of Detox, which I like that movie, ICU, but no. As much as people shit on that film, I'll watch that any day over this. But I'll pause the beginning, let's get into it. Hey, maybe this will be the charm. Maybe I'll like it. But thank you, Jonathan. For those who want to follow along, I'm paused at the beginning. 3, 2, 1, pressing play. And I don't remember much about this, so it would be kind of like watching for the first time. As we got the Universal logo, we're 6, 7, 8 seconds, 9, 10 seconds, just for people who want to follow along. With these headphones, you probably hear some of this. But yeah, this film came out 2014, which is the year of the Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtles movie, as they call them, the Super Chuds, steroid up abusing motherfuckers. RoboCop remake came out same year. Hell of a bad year for movies. I mean, hell, one of the films I liked that year was a Seth Rogen comedy called Neighbors. And this film bombed. Of course, we have Amber Heard's home videos. No, of course not. Of course, this is a setup for the rest of the movie where, spoilers, folks, the cartel murdered his family. These guys steal the money. He has stolen the money because in the movie, he pays someone to find out who this person was that killed his family and didn't get revenge. But from what I understand, there were 2 different endings other than the one we got, where he was more of a villain. I think he killed his teammates, but like one was he knew one of them fucked over his family. He didn't know which one, so he figured he'd just kill them all. So it's a guy that, because of the death of his family, he's lost his mind, lost his soul, lost his good morals, and one of them is a traitor, so he's going to kill them all. They change all that. They try to make him a bit more of a anti-hero. Yeah, the dialogue here is trying too hard to be tough, gung-ho. Yeah, I'm reminded now. I mean, the first big conversation is, who dusted ass? Oh, it smells like brisket. And when Arnold says, shut the fuck up, I'm like, yes, please shut the fuck up. That's the issue with these characters. Like, you're just annoyed by these characters. I mean, the dialogue in Predator was at least more fun. This stuff would make you a sexual tyrannosaur, not who farted, who dusted ass, it smells like brisket. No, it smells like maple syrup. Shut up. But yeah, David Ayer or Ayer, never know. David Ayer, he directed this, and David Ayer, I have liked some of his films. I liked Street Teens, Keanu Reeves. I think that's a bit underrated. I enjoyed Bright with Will Smith. It's sad that film didn't get a Blu-ray official. Red One did, because I saw it at Walmart the other day. So Red One gets a physical release, but not Bright. But I do have a fan-made Blu-ray. But I think Bright was fun. And The Beekeeper. I thought The Beekeeper was entertaining. I know he's got a new one with Jason Statham. I've heard good things about it. Well, we'll see. But yeah, David Ayer also did Suicide Squad, the first one, this one. I know he said this and that one, he had a lot of interference with the studios. Like, apparently, David Ayer says with this one, there's a lot of problems, a lot of issues where there was edits and re-editing because he wanted more of a murder mystery. The studio wanted more of an action film. Now, whether that required additional photography, reshooting, or just re-editing, I think David Ayer said there's like a 3-hour version of this, which I don't know, man. If I want a 3-hour version of this movie. Now, of course, this isn't the first time Arnold's been part of an ensemble cast. I mean, not just The Expendables, but Predator. I'm sure that was Arnold's thinking. Arnold, this is a time period he's trying to get back into the Hollywood circuit, trying to get back into movies, action films, being a star again. But no matter what he did, that just didn't work out. Because I guess he would say after his... Just it was a couple things. Number one, he was the governor of California. People thought he sucked as the governor of California. People thought he did an awful job. So, not only in California, but people around the country going, oh, well, man, he wasn't really as good as he thought he was, and he didn't really do what he said he was going to do. And then on top of that, you cheat on your wife and have a baby with someone else, the nanny. People don't look too highly of that. So I'm like, okay, he cheats on his wife from how many years? That probably fucked up his kids as well. He was a shitty governor. And then, on top of that, how's the best way to word it? A new generation had come into play. From Arnold leaving to Arnold coming back. You know, that was a number of years, and, you know, there were people that either grew out of Arnold or they were looking at different type of action films, different type of action stars, and there's a lot of people that just were not hungry for more Arnold films. Now, I was, because I liked Arnold. I love a lot of his films. The Running Man, Predator, End of Days, even. But, you know, The Last Stand. I just see first was The Expendables, the first one. He had a little bit of role, which I liked the first Expendables, saw that in the theater. Then you had The Expendables 2 and The Last Stand. I like The Last Stand. I think The Last Stand is the last solid Arnold movie. And that's a shame that one bombed. Because I really did think that was a good one. But then, like, this film, I don't think was good at all. I don't. And this film did not do well. Apparently, this had like a $35 million budget. It made maybe 20 some million, if that. I don't remember that was worldwide or in the U.S., but it didn't make any money. It bombed. But yeah, Sabotage, I didn't care for. Was the one movie. I can't remember what the hell else. Escape Plan wasn't a fan of. Expendables 3 and 4, the less said, the better. Killing Gunther was an embarrassment. See, these characters just, they're yelling, they're screaming, and whenever Arnold says, shut the fuck up, you're like, please, yes, listen to him, shut up. Now, it's definitely R-rated with, gunshots being bloody, the cursing, so it's not holding back his R rating. But like action sequence wise, I don't think the action scenes are that amazing. It does fall into prey of that shaky cam business, which I'm not going to do to the camera because I don't want to fuck up the camera. It's plugged in. I don't want to screw it up and unplug and everything. But just imagine the shaky cam. Man, all that money, man. Like, that's a good explosion, done practically. I can appreciate that. But yeah, it's just one of those things where when we get into the situation where they're being killed off one by one, I did it. When you start a film, you have so many characters, you can't really go to it in depth with each of the characters. That's why first impressions are important. ICU Detox. You have Stallone and Charles Dutton and what they're going through. You could get into and sympathize. The other people, like Robert Patrick's a bit of a loudmouth, but the other people are not. Eventually they will be, but things are a little bit more subtle. They're not just yelling and screaming and farting or talking about farting and all this other stuff. Loudmouth, back, bunch of douchebag fuckheads. I don't know how else to put it. So the money's been stolen. Like, literally to the point that they literally have to give title cards of the character names. Like, that's Breacher. Here's Lizzie. Because we haven't had time to establish who these people are, so we literally have to put the names here. Terrence Howard as Shooter. I don't really know why he went with this. Sorry, the actor didn't really do. We lost a man, and you don't give a shit about that. I'm not really buying your performance, dude. Sorry, man. But I was saying before, I don't really know why they decided to go with this different video quality. There's Sam Worthington. Sam Worthington, who was in Avatar and Clash of the Titans, and his career kind of went in a nosedive. I mean, I'm sure he's thankful for these Avatar films. I'm sure he's like, let's make as many Avatars as we can, because that's where the money's going to be. But hey, that's all you need. You have one franchise that someone like James Cameron will have you be the star of and keep coming back over and over again. I'm sure any residuals, anything of that, he could live for the rest of his life. But you could tell when Arnold came back into the movie sphere, the perception of Arnold had changed. I think that is reflected at the box office. Like, people didn't look at Arnold as the action teen anymore. They looked at him as a flawed government. That's the thing. Arnold thought himself. He gave the perception as a superhero, bigger than life. Commando. He was the Terminator. Conan. And so then when they see, they know he's just a flawed, human like all of us. You just see it and you go, See, again, like, Arnold's got to be part of conversations about pissing in bottles and don't piss in my bushes. Like, this is what we get? Why do we care about two people arguing about pissing in a bottle? Just some of the choices, I go, like, this weird humor that wants to employ in this. Like, juvenile humor, just... I think it was a strange choice for this kind of film, at least to me. But yeah, like I said, that the perception of Arnold had changed. Like, he went from this superhero status to, oh, he did this stuff with his maid and all that stuff I mentioned before. And so his films just didn't open anymore. They just weren't successful anymore. Like, people, even opening weekend, be like, he's a bit old. He's over the hill. Of course, in recent years, he has not done himself any favors by screw your freedom. He has not really done himself any favors. And to be honest, like, the new generation... Now, yes, there are people who, like, they'll watch my channel and they're like, hey, we liked these type of older films. But the majority, they don't go to the theater to watch Arnold and Stallone movies anymore. They don't. Hell, Rambo 5. I mean, I think that film sucks, but even if people wanted to give it a chance, now how much did Rambo 5 make? In the U.S.? Just want to look real quick. It made 44. Rambo Last Blood made 44 million in the U.S. And that's a Rambo film. Like, that's a recognizable name, and that only made 44 million in the U.S. I did like that bit. I mean, to be fair, I did like that bit. He disarmed the guy. As I fucked you and put it in the urinal. I like that. What disarmed you? But yeah, I'm looking up like, okay, The Last Stand was good. Then he did Escape Plan, Sabotage. This film, this film. Expendables 3, Maddie, which I did not care for. Maddie, I thought it was a very boring movie. Terminator Genesis was shit. Aftermath, I know some people liked it. They liked his performance. I thought it was very anticlimactic. It was a bunch of build-up with not much of a payoff. Killing Gunther was embarrassing. Terminator Dark Fate, that might be up there to his worst. That Genesis, his worst. For years, they kept talking about Kung Fury 2, which at this point, some people, they won't even know what the fuck Kung Fury is. And now he's doing that film where he's Santa Claus. Alan Richardson, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Santa Claus enlists the help of a petty criminal after his sector presents is stolen. So I guess Alan Richardson is the criminal and Arnold is Santa. Well, that film's not going to do well either. Probably going to be like a Netflix movie or something. Man, people are just not caring to see Arnold and stuff, man. So we're 20 minutes in. What we got? We got... They did a job. One of the men got killed. They took some money. Then the money they took has been stolen. Now they're being watched. I did like the conversations these characters are having with each other as part of the DEA, Special Ops. It's like they're trying to have the dialogue from Predator when they're in the helicopter, only it's more juvenile, more like edgy for 12-year-olds. And not everybody talked like that even in Predator. Arnold, Carl Weathers, even they didn't talk like that. Like everybody's talking that way. Everyone's like from the trash pile of your typical trailer park. Trailer Park Trash Central. Why was Arnold looking around like he's blind? And the running joke is, hey, what do you put on my back? Is it a dick? And that's the thing is that I will keep comparing this to ICU, aka Detox, because again they're both movies that people are being killed one by one, and it's supposed to be this mystery and who is the killer. But again, you look at that film, the focus is Stallone, his turmoil, what's going on. It propels that movie tremendously. Here, you see the very beginning with Arnold, but then that's kind of put in the wayside, put in the backdrop. There's got to be this reveal later on. So you don't even have that to propel it. Instead, you just have this group of dirtbag dickheads yelling at each other, shit on each other. Sorry, so yeah, this whole scene was them training again. They screwed up. There's a guy in the corner, so we're going to do it again. I know people have this hairstyle, but the whole having a damn rat tail here under your chin, that just annoys me. It looks like you got a turd off your fucking... It does. It look like a turd that's stuck to his fucking asshole and won't fucking leave his chin. Well, if his chin's one of those buttholes, there really is a turd. It's a chin turd. It is the way he waves. Like, I'm not paying attention to him. I'm paying attention to the turd on his face. It looks like it's a... And even at the tip, looks like a fucking drip of cum. It's like white at the end. I don't know, it's supposed to be whatever the hell. So I guess here's the idea is Arnold's here. I trust you guys. Do what you can. Kill the bad guys. Don't kill me. I mean, I don't really know what the point of this is. Because they don't really do this later on. And it's more about they gotta back you for... You know, they're doing kill one by one. And again, they're not really into this type of stuff later on. I guess it's supposed to be this kind of bonding and kind of the happy place before the storm, before the shitstorm happens. The calm before the storm. In a strip club, there you go. Which, I mean, you don't see much strip club scenes in movies nowadays, so... Even in 2014, it felt like it was getting rarer and rarer to see, strip clubs in movies. Nowadays, it's hard to see because it'd be demeaning towards women. I'm like, do strip clubs exist? Well, there you go then. I think after this, I'm going to rewatch. I know my friend Fabio and my friend Michael CP, they did rants on this film. I need to rewatch them. I didn't rewatch them before this because I didn't want to steal what they said. but I'll rewatch after this. But again, with a film like a mystery, like you, not all, but it helps when you have a character that you're following through, and there's some kind of drama that you can really. Well, I mean that's not always the case, but honestly, I mean I know this seems more. I know this just seems more typical, but I really do think they should not have made Arnold the villain, the anti-hero. I know that would be more typical, but I do think as a narrative that would have been stronger. Because you could have had Arnold and what happened to his family, and he was tempted to steal the money, but he doesn't. And he's like, well, you know what? I was tempted to do this and that, but someone else did. And kind of that different morality between Arnold's character and this someone else that he could have. Him stealing money to find the killer of his family would be at least make sense in a moral fiber way, but he doesn't. So you have that strong centered character to follow with the audience. On the flip side, here's these other people that are being very selfish or being two-faced, and they have that kind of that person people could hold on to and carry through this journey. But again, I mean, it's not the first mystery where you find out that the main character did not so great things either. So, but that's a slippery slope, and you really have to make that work fairly well because it could easily fall apart, and audience go, "What the fuck?" or "What?" Or, it's a very tricky thing to do. Now, here's another thing here. This train is coming. He's fun around not doing anything. Like, okay, this guy right here, right? Here's my thought. What I mean, he was part of this DA like SWAT team type of thing, so he can't kick down the door. Which, trust me, I mean, you got enough force, you kick down a door pretty quickly. Or kick open a fucking window. The windshield, the back windshield. There's all these big plates of glass. Kick through it. Unless you made bulletproof glass, I think you could kick through it and escape. And I'm sure people go, well, actually, but the way it's perceived, like, he didn't even try. That's the thing. He didn't even try to escape through the windshield. If you show that he's kicking it, and it's like it's breaking a little bit more, a little bit more, but then this hole broke, and he can't quite do it. Oh, man, he didn't make it. But at least the audience could go, he tried. The fact that he didn't even try, it just makes the audience go, what the fuck? Why didn't you try that? Why didn't you do this, do that? Felt there's a lot of other ways to get out of that situation. There are times he kind of just fumbling about. So it just makes the guy look a bit stupid. So we have Olivia Williams here, which I'm trying to see what else she's been in. The Postman, Rushmore, The Sixth Sense. Played Anna Crow in The Sixth Sense. Can't remember who the hell that was. I don't know if I... For some reason I remember not minding her. Could be wrong on that. I think this other guy... I think he was in The Matrix Reloaded. Yeah, this other guy. He was in... Harold Perrineau? Yeah, he played the character Link in The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions. No wonder he looked familiar. Maybe with the... It's not that I don't mind the actress, but maybe it's like the characters, eh. Maybe that's what it was. Like the character, eh, but the acting I don't think is too bad. What the hell acting was that from Terrence Howard? Hey, learn the fuck up. Don't say shit. Terrence Howard was one of those guys. I felt like he had promise. Hustle and Flow, the first Iron Man. But goddamn, man. After he screwed himself out of Iron Man 2, which I do believe it's his fault. I know he wants to blame anybody else. But considering his weird behavior and his weird tastes, I do think it was more Terrence Howard than the other thing. See, even the way they treat this lady who has done nothing wrong, absolutely nothing wrong. She's investigating the death of your comrade, and they're cheering and, oh, now you're licking off. How about you lick my fucking plate, you dog dick? God, like, why in the fuck should you like any of these people and give a shit? Well, you don't have to like them. Then why do I give a shit whether they live or die? I don't care. So it's a murder mystery where I don't care who gets murdered. If that's good, they all get murdered. Maybe that's the point, is that, hey, if Arnold was the villain, well, if he killed all these people, then he wouldn't be that much of a villain, would he? Because you kill these people, you might as well be a hero too. I can't wait to see a movie just with those two. Her and the guy from Matrix Reloaded, the Harold. Yeah, I kind of want to see a movie with those two as the star and from their point of view. Because I like that bit where she's playing with the phone. Oh, diamond, wait, yeah, you're dirty, you Jezebel. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what my initial thoughts on this lady, but I'm not minding her this time around. That's the thing when you rewatch stuff. That happens with a lot of things. There are some stuff you like more, there's some stuff you like less. It's like there's films when you're a kid you liked it, but then you watch as an adult, you're like, not so much, and vice versa. Look how many people didn't like John Carpenter's The Thing or Blade Runner Back to the Day, but as time went on, and either people appreciated more, and or they liked it more, or then you see films that was like a big hit when it came out, and then no one remembers it. So I guess this would be the second body. Very smooth, very smooth, letting pans drop on the wayside. Yeah, is it in the movie you find out the girl, or the girl was a girl, the girl and Terrence Howard are the killers? I'm talking in the movie. I think so. But yeah, I could just wonder, how much reshooting, how much, other stuff happened during this. Damn, that's pretty fugly. Jesus. I mean, that's a good practical effect, him hanging on the ceiling and guts just dripping down. Well, I mean, yeah, anybody with half a brain realize, wait a minute, like, two people in the same team are killed in pretty quick succession. There's gotta be something else going on. God damn, look at all those nails in it. Linkage. Well, ironic since his name was Lincoln, Matrix Reloaded. So Sarah Worthington's like, maybe I'll fucking. I know that's not meant to make me laugh, but that was pretty funny. Maybe the fucking thing got there, maybe the fucking. I use fucking Don Vito from Viva La Bam or something. Fingering in the devil's pussy. I think these two guys, Arnold and the other guy, I think they were on Monday Night Raw to promote this movie. Like, one of those things, they come in and, okay, the movie's coming out, and I forget what all happened during that, though. I stopped watching wrestling a long time ago. But I do remember that being a little bit in the news. Joe Manganiello, I can't butcher his last name. God, that fucking rat turd fucking chin strap thing, man. I swear. So it's him, it's the girl, Terrence Howard, Joe, Arnold. Well, yeah, thank God you got your condoms, you know. Necessity first, right? Necessity first. Because she's a whore. That's what she needs that for. Because she's a fucking whore. Sorry I'm not saying much because I don't know what the hell to say about this fucking movie. That's why I remember this movie just not being that entertaining, just being really boring. Because what are the stakes involved? Oh, here's this other piece of shit that got killed, and here's the other piece of shit that got killed. So why should I care? 5.7 out of 10 IMDb, 21% Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, WWE Raw, March 24th, 2014. They joined Hulk Hogan in the ring before confronting The Miz. The film came out March 28th, 2014. $5.3 million opening weekend. Finished in 7th place. The opening was the worst for an Arnold film in over 30 years. It only made like $10.5 million in the U.S. When asked by IndieWire what happened, David Ayer said, "Oh gosh, I don't know. I think it's better to do my movie starting from scratch with my own scripts. I learned a lot, and everything learned there I brought to the table in theory. Sabotage was an opportunity that was journeyman work, but the irony is I learned way more off that movie on what filmmaking is and isn't than anything else combined. A lot of lessons, and it will impact me for the rest of my career. Well, I'd like to know more about what happened. Kind of curious if I type what happened. Arnold has talked about how he hates his haircut. Yeah. Oh yeah, this person has an interesting take on it. There's no clear protagonist. All the candidates are unlikable, underwritten, and potentially the secret villain. Yeah. The tone can't decide between lighthearted action or a hyper-dramatic portrayal of gang violence. All the characters are idiots. The main group of about 15 DEA agents attempt to steal 10 million and fail. The entire movie revolves around this heist, but it's a pitiful sum when divided between a dozen people. I'm sorry. When the guy's yelling, "Where's the money?" I kept thinking he was going to say Lebowski. "Where's the money, Lebowski? Where's the money?" I can't help it. Where's the money? And like his insult is, "What about you with your 48% body fat?" Like that's the way this character insults people, as if you have the percentage of their body fat. Really? Well, I get what this person's saying. Like, it's $10 million, so the idea is you're going to split it with how many people? You're not going to get a whole lot of money. And how does the DA know the exact amount was stolen despite already blowing up the room? Yeah, I guess, how would they know? All the male characters are misogynistic, but not as much as the female characters. Yeah, I just don't know if Arnold works in this kind of movie. When they do like David Ayer and the way films like Training Day and stuff are written, I don't know if Arnold is the right guy for it. It is really what you're doing. It's just you're just waiting for the next fucking guy to die, honestly. So I know I shouldn't be looking at this. That's the thing, when you barely know the people and then they're just getting killed one by one, you're like, do I give a fuck? Oh, he's got his bass fishing hat. You know he's serious. I'm trying to remember who the fuck all these people are. Well, the guy's shoulder. Maybe hide behind the truck? Just saying. Okay, so yeah, it's them trying to think in their head what happened here. It says they don't know who killed them, they're just imagining random people. But yeah, I think you find out it's the girl and Terrence Howard, I think. I give credit, blood squibs, it is bloody. Again, they don't hold back on it, but it's like, who was that guy? Who gives a shit? But yeah, I think the original idea was that it was Arnold killing everybody. And then they changed it to Arnold took the money, but he didn't want everybody to die, but he just would not admit that he took the money. And at the end, you find out he took the money because he wanted to pay off to find who murdered his family. And kill the people who murdered his family. Which, I can understand stealing money to find that out and take a revenge. I can understand that. But still, I mean... Yeah, who the hell is this? Now, I think in retrospect we found out that's a body they put there to kind of make people lean in that direction and hide their own... Interesting point of view. This guy died was 10 times better than me, and if they could get him, then what chance do I have? Sorry if you wonder why I'm silent, I'm listening to the dialogue. Yeah, I think this is telling the flashback what happened to Arnold's family. Damn, that lady's shorter than everybody else. That's what you get. Those short ladies, you gotta be careful with them. Short ladies will turn on you like a heartbeat. Yep, his wife and kid. I mean, it's one of those things that, I mean, if this happened to your wife and kid, and then you were sent this footage, and then more than likely watched it, what would your mindset be? What would your mindset be? What would your thinking be? How much of your mind would be lost because of that? I mean, if it happens to you, and I don't know, I guess almost anything, like whatever you do afterward, I can't really blame you because your mindset would be so off kilter. Just so off kilter, just so dehumanized. Because it's such a dehumanizing thing to witness, to see, to know. And the person could be possible if anything, if you go through that. Which I guess is why, at the end of some drafts, he kills everybody because one of them turned on him, and he kills them all. At least he's sure he's got them all. But on the flip side, I don't steal the money and I'm going to keep it because I need to find this out because it's more important than anything. I mean, Sam Worthington is probably the closest, other than Arnold. I think Arnold doesn't do a bad job. Like, if I'm being honest, okay, the good things. Arnold is not giving a bad performance. This girl here, I don't think she's giving a bad performance. I think Sam Worthington, he's trying. Just get rid of that stupid fucking chin rat tail thing. Looks like it did a turd hanging out underneath your fucking mouth. It's just the script. I mean, I don't even know if this wasn't altered at all. If the studio did nothing with this at all, I still don't know if I would like it. I don't. I really don't know if I would like it. If this is the way these characters are written and these characters behave. I don't know, man. And you're saying, like, if I look at David Ayer's stuff, like, I don't mind End of Watch. Like I said, I like Street Teens. But goddamn, man. We got 44 minutes left. Jesus. Oh, that's another I remember from the trailer. They they changed the trailer from the movie. Like in the trailer, there's a bit where he goes, "I will destroy them." That's never in this. He never says that. They redid that, re-edited it to make it look like one type of movie. I don't know if they buy like her kissing him and them ready to fuck. I don't know if I buy into that. Were they bonding over blood and gore? I like Harold. Evil heart, dirty, dirty girl. I like Harold. I like him in the movie. He might be the guy I like the most so far in the movie. Harold here. I guess for people, I mean, there's one night stands. I mean, there's people you meet for 5 minutes and you just want to bone, and it's more about just boning and not so much about romance. This Harold giving. I mean, like the stuff between Harold and her, I actually don't mind. Watches at the end. I almost wish like the entire movie, like you said, was from their point of view, their perspective. But yeah, obviously, there's no clear protagonist. Well, yeah. I guess the thought is the clear protagonist is Arnold, but it's supposed to be this doubt of is he guilty or innocent. God, man. I cannot believe we got fucking 41 minutes left of this fucking movie, man. I ran out of shit to talk about, to be honest. God damn it. Fuck this fucking movie, man. Would I label this the worst Arnold film? No. I would put Terminator Genesis, Terminator Dark Fate, Killing Gunther, Hercules in New York. I would put those as well. Yeah, I put those as technically worse than this. This is definitely one of the more disappointing Arnold films. I'll say that. Worst, yeah, I'll put it with other stuff. keep standing by, dude. God, man. I know I gotta stop looking at my fucking phone because I don't want to look at the fucking movie I'm watching. This is the one time they do their bit of business. Trying to see what that was on that TV. UFO something, like a cartoon. Yeah, like a UFO like cartoon thing. Damn, talking about look like a crack house. Graffiti on the walls. Damn. Pay me, bitch. Right on the wall there. She had her hands up. Got her belly up, too. Check your corners, check your corners. Trying to think if one of these guys, one of them did kill during this. It wouldn't be the girl with Terrence. It might be Sam or the other. There you go. Guns a-blazing. Someone got hit. I got him. Took care of his ass. What is it, AK-47 something he has? Maybe not, I'm not the best with guns. I got him. Well, that's what you do for turning your back on him. Trying to run away, you failed. I'm sure Terrence Howard was just happy to be working after losing, you know, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, all this other stuff, and now... Although Don Cheadle, I mean, he's continued work, but they never did anything with... Remember there was going to be that Don Cheadle with Armored Wars? Or Armor Wars? I think it was called Armor Wars. Ooh, that was quick. Nice. Nice quick draw. I swear during this time is when Sam Worthington gets killed. I could be wrong. Ah, meth. Okay. I forgot what I was going to talk about, but I forgot what the hell I was saying. Oh well, it just wasn't that important. But you see, they shot the guy in the back. Now I'm trying to remember what the hell I was talking about. So I was just nosing the meth and just concentrating on that. I didn't know, well, it just wasn't that important. Yeah, I just see Arnold, like, why he hated that haircut. You look at it from the back, the haircut doesn't look that great from the back. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the whole thing with the Arnold cigars, I wonder if that was like part of the damn deal. Listen, I'll do this film, but I still gotta smoke my cigars, man. I gotta smoke my cigars. Hmm. See, at this point, I don't think the audience ever would think, oh, it's the Guatemalans or whatever you want to call it. I think when people went to see this film, they knew from the get go it's one of the main people. Just because they've seen these type of films, they know it's supposed to be part of a mystery. And if the mystery was just, oh yeah, it is these Guatemalans, then it would seem like, oh really? Just, like it'd be like the audience psychologically know that'd be kind of a lousy reveal. So okay, they know that directors want to make it a bit more interesting, or they want to do a little bit more, which would be it's got to be one of the guys, it's got to be one of the group, and so yeah, I don't think the audience ever believed it was the Guatemalans. So you just, I mean, I think you're thinking that early on, so you're just waiting for the characters to catch up with you. Yeah, you're waiting for the characters to catch up with you. You definitely know there's someone up with his psychology if he's willing to watch this again and again, over and over. I guess after you see the film, you go, okay, he's doing this because to keep track of this is why I stole the money. This is why I'm keeping the money. Even though people are getting killed, this is why I'm keeping the money and not doing anything else with it because I need to follow this through. Or again, if they used the other ending where he's the villain, they would have gone with that. This is why he's willing to kill because of what happened here and how it changed his mentality. Still smoking that cigar. Like with ICU, like you saw Stallone more of bearing his soul, him trying to end his own life. And the other cut, you know, him shaking, and the even the release version, more of that. His barriers were down a bit more, and able to see more. I didn't even see the girl was over there. That was a weird edit. Because we saw that girl like over here on this side. Then by the time Sam Worthington was pushing Terrence Howard, now she's on the other side by the car. I'm like, wait, she was just right over here on the other side of Sam Worthington. Now she's all the way over there, and I didn't even see her go over there. It's like she fucking teleported over there. That was a bit weird. Makes me wonder if there's more to that scene that was cut out. I mean, yeah, this was a 3-hour version, and then they changed shit like the ending. Who knows? I know that the light is darker, but maybe it fits with this kind of movie, this kind of story. Doesn't isn't this where he gets killed, like shot in the head? I say that, but it's like I barely remember. keep thinking it's going to be like he just shot in the head, and then there's like a car chase or something. Again, if you wonder why I'm silent, I'm listening to the dialogue. Because, like I said, I haven't seen this film probably. Yep, there you go. So I remember something. I remember something. Yeah, and there she is. Well, to quote that guy in Cobra, I never trusted that bitch. Cobra's partner. For a second, I'm like, is that Anne Heche? But no, of course not. So yeah, we found out it was Lizzie and Sugar, that girl, trailer trash lady, and Terrence Howard. Did they find Sam Worthington dead here? Because I know we're getting to the finish, the finale. You have the end credits. You have the bits with Arnold in Mexico, whatever. Then you have this car chase. Oh, maybe it's here where... I do not like this lady. I know what like the type of character she's trying to portray, but I just don't care for her. Don't care for performance. So she killed this guy by accident? I forgot about that. Completely forgot about that. Well, love him so much, keep him for later in the fridge. Hey, remember, refrigerate your husbands. You want to keep them fresh. Save them for later. Always refrigerate your husbands. That's what I mean. If the alternate endings were Arnold was the killer, then... See, that line there, I'm going to kill her. In the trailer, he says, I will destroy them. So, how they manipulate trailers to mislead you. I hate when they do that. So many trailers, they fucking... Mission Impossible Fallout. The helicopter that's going towards the truck at the end of the trailer, and that never happens. That Avengers Infinity War where the Hulk is there in Wakanda, and that never happens. Bad Boys 3, the third Bad Boys, what it looks like there's a scene where they do a 180 and Martin Lawrence is shooting the people behind them. That never happens. He's shooting stuff, but it looks like they do a 180. That never happens. I hate when they do that. Like, that's false advertising. If that's the stuff that, oh, I want to see that stuff, and then you don't see it, how is that not false advertising? It is. It's false advertising. So I don't understand how they get away with it. I guess, you know, it's hard to prove it. Just being circumstantial. But goddamn, man. Now, why did she shoot him in the back and not in the head? Because they're able to shoot people in the head. So why would they not shoot Arnold in the head and shoot him in the back where it's obviously body armor? What, they don't want to kill Arnold's character, I guess? We're supposed to believe that? Here's the action scene where you can't tell what the fuck's going on with all the shaky cam. So in the cut where Arnold's was the bad guy, would all this still be in there? Or there would just be, well, yeah, they only killed that guy because they don't want to be blamed for the 10 million stealing in the first place. I don't know. All the like quick edits and all this stuff, like you can't understand what the fuck's going on. So they're in an alleyway, now they're back on the street again. You could have killed that motherfucker before. Maybe don't shoot him in the fucking body armor. You had a clear shot, you didn't even aim for the head. Doesn't make any sense. Well, there you go. What's funny if they had stopped the car. I guess the idea if they stopped, then the vehicle would have caught up with them. And somehow he disappears like he's fucking Batman. He's like a big tree trunk looking motherfucker, but somehow he disappears like he's Darkman or some shit. Or the Shadow, sorry. More like the Shadow. He's not Batman. How the fuck are you doing disappear like that? Come on now. He's like a big, thick, oak. But he's Batman. They didn't even need a fucking puff of smoke to disappear. Like I said, I wonder if that whole car chase was an additional, like a photography reshoot. Maybe that's why it was so much shaky cam. Because we want more of an action film, so have this big action car chase scene. But we don't have all the money in the world, so there's a bit of shaky cam to try and make it seem as bigger than it is. I don't know why Arnold needs this stupid looking hat. You're not a cowboy, baby. But the idea he pays them off in order to find out where the bad guys are at. I'd be like, do you need all that fucking money? I think half of that or a portion of that you'd be able to buy your way out. The info. But I mean, I'm sure people get mad once more. Oh, the cops are crooked. The cops be paid off. Has there ever been a movie where it takes place in Mexico and the cops are not crooked? It's always like the cops are crooked, they're paid off. But is there any movies where the cops, are not two-faced pieces of shit? I mean, asking that legitimately. It's always like, yeah, they're paid off. They're working with the bad guys. They're working with the, they're crooked cops, all that stuff. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's Mexico, and if you say okay, he has the hat on, so they don't recognize his face. So I'll give you that. Like he's using the hat as a disguise, a cover, so that he can't be seen as clearly if he didn't have a hat. But should be at least like a black hat or something, I guess, to differentiate with the other people's hats, or which are black. So he has like more like sombrero. I like that's a nice looking effect. I like the blood pooling out of the side of his head. I think that whoever did the effects did a pretty decent job with that. So this is where they're trying to make him more of an anti-hero. It's Arnold, guns a-blazing, he's taking care of the bad guys. More of that type of ending. Ooh, nice headshot there. I mean, I hate to say it, this is actually the action scene that they'll probably deal with the most. As much as that doesn't sound like much, which I know it doesn't sound like much, but hey, Arnold shoot a bunch of piece of shit people at a bar. Nice squibs and headshots. Hey, sometimes you gotta take what you can get. So the idea is he's wounded and he'll sit down and will he die of his wounds and bleed to death? Will he be caught and arrested? Taken back to the U.S. and tried? It doesn't matter because he got his revenge. He got what he wanted, and that's all that matters to him. So whether he dies here, whether... I mean, I'm sure that's supposed to be the idea, is that he'll bleed to death. Because he has nothing to live for. It's not the first time a character of his would die. End of Days would be one of them. I'm not including, like, the Terminator. With killing Gunther, I think. I barely remember that damn movie. Thank God it's over, though. It's still playing. I don't need these headphones to listen to him smoke his cigar. No, this film did not get better with age, I'll tell you that much. As we're going to get into the closing bits of this movie. So again, that's to give people the idea of, did he bleed to death there? Did he get caught by the authorities? Whatever it is. It doesn't matter to him because his revenge is done. Which is what he wanted. I don't even think Sabotage is that good of a title for this movie. I really don't. I don't think Sabotage is really the right kind of I mean, I don't know. Positives, Arnold is not bad in it. I don't mind Olivia Williams. I don't mind Harold Perrineau. And I think Sam Worthington, at moments, he's trying. The rest of the cast, I could give a rat's ass about. The characters... I mean, Harold Perrineau is probably my favorite character. He's a small supporting role in this. The action scenes, the few there are, it's a lot of shaky cam. I appreciate blood squibs. I appreciate it being bloody. But the problem is, again, you're part of this murder mystery where you don't really have a lead character you really focus and follow through. Because everybody, including Arnold, has to be kept far away because everyone is a suspect. And you don't give a shit that these characters are dying. Why should you care if that person dies? You don't care. They throw in this red herring of the Guatemalans. You know that's not the case. Once you get into the kind of film this is, you know that's not where they're going with it. There's definitely some plot, maybe because of all the rewrite and editing, that feels a bit wanty, bit iffy. And overall, this just, it was not that exciting. It's not that intriguing. It's boring. And I just didn't give a shit about this film. Watch it again. Let alone back then. Like I said, I'm not going to say it's Arnold's worst. Like I said before, I would put Dark Fate and Genesis is worse than this. Killing Gunther is worse than this. But hell, I'd rather watch Junior than watch this film again. I mean, I'd rather watch... Let's see. I'm thinking of Arnold films. You have the classics like The Terminator, Conan the Barbarian. I like Conan the Destroyer. Predator's my favorite. The Running Man's my second favorite. I love Commando. I love End of Days. I like Collateral Damage. I don't mind The Sixth Day. I'd rather watch that than this. I like The Last Stand. Kindergarten Cop Twins are good. Terminator 2, great. I don't like Terminator 3, but I'd rather watch that than this one. Because I do think the action scenes are better in Terminator 3. Junior I'd rather watch because at least you got some moments between him and Danny DeVito, although it's much, much better in Twins. I'm trying to think. Eraser is underrated. Total Recall is a classic. Raw Deal, I'm not a big fan of, but I'd rather watch Raw Deal than this one. Red Heat I like. I don't like Escape Plan, but I'd rather watch that than this. I don't like The Expendables 2, but I'd rather watch that than this. Expendables 3, you know what, honestly, I would rather watch Expendables 3 than this. Because at least I get some Kelsey Grammer, some Wesley Snipes, although he has some stupid lines in there, and Harrison Ford having fun. I don't like that film. I think it stinks, but I'd rather watch that than this movie. Expendables 4 is worse. Killing Gunther is worse. Terminator Dark Fate and Genesis are worse. Hercules in New York, I would say, is worse. So, I mean, this would definitely be my top 10 worst Arnold films. Maybe stop stuttering. Maybe one day that'll be a request. What are your top 10 worst Arnold films? That'd be interesting to think of. But this would be on the list. I'm stretching my arms because I got bored. Fuck this movie. We'll see you guys later. Oh my god, I'm not doing this on purpose, I swear. I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. Oh my god, I'm literally stretching like I've been bored. I swear I'm not doing that on purpose. We'll see you guys later. Fuck this movie.